We are seeing growing signs the Trump tariffs are already starting to take their toll in the US and China. So which of the world's two largest economies is better prepared to deal with the trade war?
China and America, the two biggest superpowers of this planet. Both have veto power at the UN, both are loaded with weapons, and both dream of running the world. Basically, this is a Cold War between two titans. And now, this Cold War is heating up again. Not with missiles or bombs, but with money and trade. And who's at the center of this firestorm? None other than Donald Trump. He went all in on attacking China, slapped tariffs, played trade war games. But guess what? After China countered, it looks like America lost its ability to strike back. Day by day, it feels like America is slowly surrendering to China. Unbelievable, right?
We are seeing growing signs the Trump tariffs are already starting to take their toll in the US and China. So which of the world's two largest economies is better prepared to deal with the trade war? How much pain can the people of China handle in the event of a long tariff war with the US?
Rosemary, with the United States and China locking horns over tariffs, an economic pain war is underway, and experts say that China has the capacity to endure it. Watch this.
This will be a fast war!
The battle at Lake Changjin is one of China's biggest ever blockbusters. Commissioned by the Chinese government, it glorifies the Chinese soldiers who fought American troops in the Korean War. Fast forward to today, and China and the U.S. are locking horns in another epic battle.
We've now reached a point where all we can do is laugh, because once upon a time, everyone said America was going to outpower China. But now, just take a look at the American economy after those tariffs. It's shrinking. So, was America actually dependent on the Chinese market all along? But let's be honest. In today's world, in most major sectors, America isn't just slightly behind China, it's miles behind. And the worst part? That gap isn't closing. It's growing faster than anyone expected, from manufacturing dominance to technological innovation, infrastructure, education, and even global influence. China is outpacing America on almost every front. While the US is busy arguing over politics, culture wars, and whether banning TikTok will fix anything, China is out there building cities in months, locking in billion-dollar trade deals, and expanding its power like a real-life boss battle villain.
A lot of people feel that the American economy and American society is becoming more like China, and Peter Navarro is going a fair way towards making that happen. Made up statistics. John, I just don't know what to say. Can't make heads or tails of that.
And when it comes to possible shortages in stores because of Trump's tariff-mageddon, as well as higher prices for US consumers, President Trump seemed kind of dismissive about all of that.
And yet Trump never backed down. He always had this one-line ego. We don't compromise with China. China will bow to us. We won't bow to them. But now that ego is turning into a boomerang, smacking America right in the face. China has always hit back, and not softly. Every time America poked the dragon, Beijing answered with fire. And those responses? Yeah, they were never in America's favor, not once. Every move from Beijing has left the US scrambling, politically, economically, and diplomatically. But here's the ironic part. America brought this on itself.
China needs to make a deal with us. We don't have to make a deal with them.
Be it a tariff war, a trade war, or any other type of war, we're ready to fight till the end.
Trump started this war with China, aiming in part to bring manufacturing back to the U.S. Chinese netizens mock the idea with AI-generated videos showing a post-tariffs world of dingy American factories with downcast workers. Decades of trade have brought bumper profits to both countries, and as U.S.-China trade withers, fortunes are turning. In the U.S., the price of goods could shoot up, fueling inflation and putting the U.S. at real risk of recession. And in China, a prolonged trade war could put countless factories out of business.
And what's happening on the currency front? While the American empire stands on the edge of a cliff, Chinese people are straight up threatening the U.S., saying, you give us a 500% tariff, go ahead. No one has the guts to destroy China's economy. And honestly, that's exactly what's happening. It's like throwing a stone and getting hit with a boulder in return.
The question is, how much pain can the people of China handle in the event of a long trade war with the U.S.?
I think the pain threshold is probably higher for Chinese society. The Chinese government, being an authoritarian government, may have its own advantage because it can more easily reallocate resources.
The Chinese have endured famine, the Cultural Revolution, and more recently, 3 years of strict COVID-19 lockdowns before protesters bravely took to the streets. And in this trade war, pain is already being felt. On social media, Chinese factory owners post images of their products piling up in warehouses, while workers show how machines and production lines have shut down. Despite a dire economic forecast, many patriotic entrepreneurs are standing firm.
Even if the tariffs increase to 500%, I'm not afraid. Please rest assured, we can hold on.
Stop all the orders. Stop all the export orders. I will not chicken out.
We can give up the U.S. market. I can let this batch of orders rot in the warehouse. We must give up illusions and prepare for struggle, for China.
Meanwhile, Trump's people, after seeing all this mess, are panicking. They're now saying, the way our GDP is shrinking, yeah, this shouldn't be happening.
This was the best negative print, as they say in the trade, for GDP I have ever seen in my life. It really should be very positive news for America.
And what does Trump do? He comes up with the new math tricks, some magical techniques to make numbers look less depressing. Honestly, they seem like clown moves, at least to me.
He said, oh, the shelves are going to be open. Well, maybe the children will have $2 instead of $30, you know? And maybe the $2 will cost a couple of bucks more than they would normally.
And while America is busy putting out fires, major industries are crying, especially that aluminum, steel, and construction. These tariff policies are wrecking America's architectural sector.
When you have a tariff on foreign companies coming in and dropping their steel in the United States, then there will be upward pressure in prices, even from U.S. domestic companies. And so the companies that need that steel, so like the Ford, Auto, and Coca-Cola, right, Gillette razors, what have you, they're going to have to pay more, even if it's coming from a domestic plant.
On May 30th, President Trump addressed a crowd outside Pittsburgh and confirmed that tariffs on foreign steel would jump to 50% starting June 4th. The announcement coincided with Trump's public endorsement of a $14 billion deal for Japan's Nippon Steel to acquire U.S. steel, a deal he had previously opposed. He now describes it as a partnership rather than a takeover.
Huge companies like Toyota, the ones that dominate the global market, are now in meltdown mode. And if they're feeling the heat, then what's coming next is truly a nightmare. A global scale headache is knocking on the door.
Toyota is facing its steepest financial hit in over a decade, shaken by new U.S. tariffs and global supply turmoil. How could one policy shift shake the very foundation of an auto giant? In May 2025, Toyota announced a staggering loss of $1.3 billion, marking its most severe financial drop in more than 10 years. The company now expects its net profit for the 2025 to 2026 fiscal year to plunge 34.9%, down to 3.1 trillion yen, around $21.6 billion.
So now the real question is, how long will this China-America war drag on? And more importantly, how much will ordinary people suffer because of it? Because let's be real, it's not the billionaires or the presidents paying the price. It's regular people. You, me, all of us. Food prices, job markets, global trade, inflation. Everything gets shaken up in this ego battle between two superpowers playing economic chess while the rest of us are just pawns. And from what we're seeing so far, yeah, things aren't looking too comfortable. It's like watching two angry giants fight in your backyard while you're just trying to eat dinner in peace. But keep watching, because this ride is far from over, and we'll be right here breaking it all down, piece by chaotic piece. Stay tuned, stay with us.